Welcome to Vegetarianism, the noble way of living. We're back here with the much sought-after eco-green, raw and living food chef, Dina. One can say that Chef Dina's specialty rests in advocating plant-based whole foods for optimal health and environmental sustainability. She herself was transformed on this vegan diet, shedding over 115 pounds, or 52 kilograms, and slimming off 16 inches or 40.64 centimeters from her waistline. Chef Dina is the founder and executive chef of Greenivore and Living Health Incorporated, where she and her team prepare scrumptious, uncooked meals for celebrities and interested individuals seeking for more vitality. Yesterday, she demonstrated how to grow your own sprouts with fun kitchen gardening. And today, we're going to take our sprouts and make a fresh salad with spicy spirulina dressing.
We're going to actually show you how to make these sprouts, these living sprouts, taste delicious by creating a sprout salad. And I'll show you how to make a great dressing that goes wonderful with sprouts. To make your sprout salad, you want to start with 4 cups of leafy sprouts. The first kind that I have are some alfalfa sprouts. This is very rich in protein. In fact, it's 35% protein. Another great variety of sprouts would be broccoli sprouts. Broccoli sprouts are cancer-fighting sprouts, and they are amazing in your sprout salad. Pulses and legumes. They make great sprouts for your sprout salad and give a nice crunch. Here's some mung beans that we sprouted. They're 20% protein as well. You could also use other kinds of sprouts, such as sunflower sprouts. I've also got some microgreens here. So experiment, grow all different kinds, have fun with it. To add a little bit of sweetness to it, you can add some cherry tomatoes that you chop up. And I love fresh cilantro, just rough chopped into the salad. One of my favorite things to add to the sprout salad are fresh avocados. Make sure that you find ones that are firm to the touch, they don't have too many blemishes or black spots, and that you buy them with the stem still in place. And as you can see, it opens up a beautiful avocado here, and to remove the seed, all we need to do is take our knife, tap, turn, and you take it right out. Then you can cut it into nice strips. You just take your knife and go into nice julienne strips right in the center of the avocado. And then if you want to have diced pieces, you cut the opposite side. You can just take a spoon and press it in against the flesh and rotate the avocado around the spoon, and it will help you to remove the avocado right from the shell, and then just place it into a bowl. I always buy my bell peppers either red, yellow, or orange because that's when they're actually ripe. I love to add diced bell pepper to my sprout salad, and it makes a delicious crunch, and it's full of vitamin C, so I highly recommend it. All you need to do is to cut off the ends. It's always good to go ahead and just remove that seed bed. And then you can take your hand and just twist and pull it right out. So tap out the seeds, and then you can discard this part. We just cut the bell pepper in half, and then it lays flat. You're going to go ahead and create julienne strips. So you want to make a claw-like hand, and you're going to cut down and through. And this will allow you to create really beautiful dices for your salad. You can rotate it to the side, line them up, and then also cut down and through. Another great item that I love to put in my sprout salad is cucumber. Cucumber has natural sodium in it and adds a nice crunch. So what I've done is I actually took a peeler and just went ahead and I call it a tri-peel. It just gives a beautiful color. If they're organically grown, you can leave the entire peel on. There is a lot of nutrition in the peel. Take the cucumber, I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to go ahead and cut it into strips. Cut them into nice diced pieces. And go ahead and put this in our bowl. I also love the sweetness of the cherry tomato or the grape tomato, and so we're going to add a couple of these into our sprout salad as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut these into quarters. They also add a nice little bit of salt to the dish. And we can add these to our bowl. I also love to add cilantro to the salad, which is also very cleansing for the body because it removes heavy metals and toxins. And you can just cut down the stem to remove the leaves. And then I usually just rough chop them for this salad. You don't have to mince them or anything like that. I usually use about a head of cilantro for this salad. And I'll go ahead and add it to our bowl. So now that you've learned how to grow your own sprouts and the basic ingredients that are going into our sprout salad, let's learn how to actually make them taste really good. My favorite dressing is actually a spicy spirulina dressing. So some of the ingredients that we're going to use in our dressing today include avocado, which is a great whole food fat that's nice to have in your diet. We're also going to use spirulina. Spirulina is actually a blue-green algae that it's 60% protein. Plus, it's chock full of B vitamins, which are helpful for increased amounts of energy. I have some oregano. This is just some dried oregano powder. You could also use a little bit of fresh if you have it available. Some paprika. Paprika gives it a nice, slightly smoky flavor. This is just the standard red or Spanish paprika. This is cumin powder. Cumin powder is going to give it a nice earthy flavor, and I just love the mix between the Italian and the Mexican flavors. We have a little bit of black pepper. Black pepper will also just give it that extra spice that you need. Make sure that every ingredient it starts to touch all the different taste buds. We're going to add a little bit of fresh garlic, which is a natural antifungal, antimicrobial. For our salt, I use the Himalayan crystal salt, or you could use a pink sea salt. You want to make sure that your salt has color to it, because the white salts typically have been bleached or stripped away of all their minerals. So keeping the minerals intact is really good in order to keep the natural sodium balance in your body. This is a raw apple cider vinegar. And just to add a touch of sweetness to the dressing, you have the option to use either raw agave nectar, which is a low glycemic sweetener, or my personal favorite is actually to use stevia. And this is an extract of the plant, the stevia plant. It doesn't have any hit on the glycemic index at all. So it's very safe for diabetics, and it just adds just a touch of sweetness to it. I have cayenne pepper. So just a pinch of cayenne pepper can go a long way, but it really helps to open up the blood vessels and keep the blood flowing. So I always like to add just a pinch in there to properly flavor balance my recipes. Okay, so now we're going to make our dressing. You can make this dressing in any kind of blender that you might have at home. So I'm going to go ahead and add an avocado into the blender. Okay. You could also substitute olive oil if you wanted to, maybe a 1/4 cup of olive oil if you don't have avocado. And I'll go ahead and add in some of my spirulina. Now this is an optional ingredient, however, it will make your dressing more nutritious because you're adding additional greens in that you wouldn't normally eat. And then let's add some of our spices and seasonings. This is our cumin powder. I'm going to add some paprika. A little bit of dried oregano. 1 clove of garlic. I've got the Himalayan crystal salt. A little black pepper. And I'm just going to add just a pinch of cayenne, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon here. just to give it a little kick. To add the acid to the dressing, we're going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Like I said, you could substitute lime juice or lemon juice. And this is a stevia extract that I like. It's the liquid stevia. And you really need very, very little, maybe just like 6 drops or so for the dressing. Everything goes in the blender, and then we'll blend it up and it'll be ready to go. Okay, now that we've blended up our dressing, we're going to go ahead and put it into a mason jar. This is a great way to store your dressings, and it will last at least 5 to 7 days in the fridge. So I'll go ahead and scoop this out. Then it'll be ready to serve on our sprout salad. So now it's time to put together our sprout salad. I love to have leafy sprouts such as alfalfa and broccoli sprouts. In addition to that, I like to have about half a cup or so of mung bean sprouts or sprouted legumes such as garbanzo beans or adzuki beans. So we've got some beautiful ones here as well as pea shoots. These are some sprouted sunflower greens which really add a beautiful texture, and they're full of chlorophyll. These are some sprouted microgreens. We're also going to add all of our other ingredients such as fresh avocado. And I've got some fresh diced red bell pepper, some nice sliced grape and cherry tomatoes, of course some cucumber just to get some nice crunch, and we'll top it off with some nice chopped fresh cilantro. All right, so now that we have our sprout salad assembled, we're just going to go ahead and plate some up, and then we'll add our delicious spicy spirulina dressing to that. And then we're going to add some of our dulse. This is actually dulse flakes. Dulse is a sea vegetable as well. It's very rich in minerals. So we'll go ahead and toss a little bit of that on top. Well, now that we've got our sprout salad finished, let's take a bite and see how it turned out. This is so delicious. This is the best way to get more living foods into your diet and make them actually taste good. I'm gonna have to go eat the rest of this one. So I thank you for joining me today. I'm Chef Dina Knight of Greenivore. So be veg, go green, and save the planet. Thank you for watching.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/veg.